Yo, yo, what's happening? So, there's an old saying, when you live somewhere and, like America, it's a couple 100 million people. I think that's what it is. Is it 300 million? I don't know. I just remember what the public indoctrination camps taught me. I think it was 300 million. So you got a couple 100 million people, and you got, I don't know, let's say 700 people that rule over them. It's probably not even 700 people. And there's that old saying that, in America, we have more than them, there's no way in America you could take away everyone's rights and shit because there's a couple 100 million of us. We outnumber them, but there's, a reason why all these distractions and these events happen, and it's all to divide everybody. That's what everything's about, is about dividing the masses, because once everybody's divided and fragmented. Come on, Bruno, come on, let's go. Once everybody's divided and fragmented, you can pretty much do whatever you want, and you're not scared of, you're not worried about them having, just outnumbering you by that much. It would be like, 1,000 people invading somewhere where everybody's divided and everybody hated each other. Those 1,000 people would win. It's like when the Europeans came down in South America and basically took over, landed with ships. I think it was Cortez, and they actually had horses, which they say was the reason why they were able to win. But really, it was because everybody was divided and everybody had their own tribes and they couldn't stand each other, and Cortez and I believe it was him. I don't remember exactly, but I know they would work with certain tribes, to take out other tribes, and then once they got it down to a workable amount, they turned on those tribes that helped them and, took over and enslaved everybody. They may have kept a few guys around who helped, and made them king or some shit, But, the bottom line is that everything that's happening is to keep everybody separate and divided, because there's just so many firearms in this country. So many. I work in the auction industry, and you wouldn't believe how many guns some of these dudes have, these old timers, and amount of ammo. And come on, Bruno, let's go this way. Come on. So, when you're part of the top 1% or whatever, and you're trying to slowly control everybody because money doesn't matter anymore. It's not about money anymore, it's about control. And with the internet being around now for a couple decades, everybody is learning so much stuff, and they're just becoming awake to so much shit that, these people that are controlling things, they probably have, an AI system, which basically is just like Google. It's just search engine, just seeing what people are interested in, what people are learning. And then, the AI system can probably tell you, well, 2 years from now, this many people are going to know about this, or, whatever. So this Russia-Ukraine stuff, and, they're probably both terrible, You know, Putin, he's not a good guy. You know, he's another oligarch. You know, probably worth a couple $100 billion or some shit. Then you got this Zelensky actor, comedian. He's worth a shit ton of money too. And it kind of rolls out, and then in the West, there's just this huge campaign of you have to support one side, and if you don't, then you're wrong. You don't care about people. So it's just another divide tactic. It's never, you know, there's never any middle ground in the United States. Even with the COVID shit, it was either you were a vaxxer or an anti-vaxxer, you know. So people need to get prepared mentally to deal with the onslaught of propaganda and just everything, just all the distractions to keep fragmenting everybody, because as they slowly roll out the New World Order plan, which is all digital everything, everybody's tracked, everybody has their unique number. It's a social credit based system. So you talk bad against the state, your social credit score goes down. You know, it won't start like that. It'll start with something useful like, hey, this guy's a bully. He says mean things to people online, so he's going to lose 5 credit points. And then it'll morph into complete loss of free speech. So, you know, people just need to be prepared, because everybody is so far gone and divided. I mean, everybody hates everybody. You know, Tunes, come on. You know, if you look at the last 2 candidates for president, you know, the Trump card, he was the perfect candidate for the other side to hate. Not just dislike, but to completely hate, so that they could bring anybody they wanted to run against them. You know, Papa Joe, he's perfect for the other side to hate. Not just to dislike, but to hate, you know. So that's how they get it done. So you just need to stop picking sides, and you really just need to get mentally prepared for what's to come. You know, everybody's talking about food shortages and this and that, but honestly, you don't know. I mean, I think they're really just playing it by ear and using their little AI systems to see what the pulse is, and then kind of reacting to that. You know, they're learning from the most amazing species in the world. You know, can you imagine having information over hundreds of millions of people or billions of people, and just knowing what tendencies are and how to pull heartstrings? And it's crazy. So, you know, everybody talks about preparing by stocking up on food and all that stuff, and that's cool.